Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Kedge offices again. If you're not familiar with me, my name is Frank Spencer, and I am principal here at Kedge, which is a global foresight, innovation, and strategic design firm located in Orlando, Florida. And thank you for joining me for just a few minutes today. And during this time of great uncertainty and great unpredictability, and when we're all experiencing this COVID 19 pandemic, I thought it a great time to just say that we have been thinking about these kinds of things for a long time. And I'm really, my heart goes out to everyone right now who is in lockdown and in quarantine and experiencing social distancing. And especially as I've read other of my colleagues today saying that my heart really goes out to those who are experiencing not, of course, actually having experienced catching the virus, or worse than that, experiencing death from the virus or loved ones dying from the virus, but also the great pain of the panic, the anxiety, and more pointedly or practically losing businesses, being laid off from work, small, medium-sized businesses going under in this time. I don't think we've even begun to scratch the surface on seeing the economic turmoil that will be experienced by those who own their own business or are working in small businesses. But having said all of that, we're going to band together and make it through this together as humanity. And hopefully on the other side, one of the most important things that we see is how powerful foresight, futures thinking really is. I was just thinking today that I hope on the other side of all of this, that anybody that even stops or hesitates to write an article on futures thinking and how fluffy it is and how ethereal it is and how unnecessary it is and that futurists have it all wrong and all of that, I hope that they just completely put that nonsense out of their head once and for all, and that we see no more articles of the type of such, or if we do, that they are immediately forcefully attacked as being something that we don't need to hear anymore again. Because now we know that futures thinking and foresight is more needed than ever before. And quite honestly, a good futures thinking and good foresight would have avoided this tragedy that we're in right now. I know we see tons of people responding right now saying that this is going to give us time to breathe and slow down and be with our families and think and meditate and respond to this in any positive way that we might. Just be in our houses and take care of ourselves and our mental health and our physical health and our family's health and our community health. And all of those are very true, but we do not achieve transformation through pandemics or disasters. Transformation can happen through those ways, but it's not the best way for transformation to happen. Transformation happens when we transform the way we think, and certainly something like this can transform the way we think, but it can also change the way we think in very negative ways, and we already see that happening. So my fear and concern through all of this is that we think this is going to have some great positive effect in the end. Of course, we all will work towards that end, but we could very well be negating the negative effects this could have. Nonetheless, it will give us the opportunity to breathe in the space of saying that transformation is achieved through transformative thinking and transformative mindsets and the way that we look at society. And so if we achieve that kind of transformative thinking, we can avoid these kinds of disasters. We can mitigate them for sure, and we can think in much more aspirational, transformative ways about how we design society and our systems and such to not see this happen again. Not to never see a virus again, because that's going to happen again, but to avoid the breakdown that we see happening because of it on a global scale. So I wanted to share with you briefly that even now, we still have this resource available, which is great because I'm holding a physical copy, but the main way that we've given out this resource called the Guide to the Natural Foresight Framework is digitally. So in this time where people are now working digitally, meeting digitally, having to connect virtually, it's a great time for you to download the guide to the Natural Foresight Framework, which we wrote almost for this express purpose, for you to get your hands on a way to practice foresight in a very complex environment, in an exponentially increasing complex environment that we live in today. And the Natural Foresight Framework, which Kedge and the Future School created many years ago, is a framework that allows companies, organizations, communities, cities, and even individuals to really approach complexity, uncertainty, and unpredictability in a very aspirational and transformative approach. Ways that we can actually construct the future, not just discover it, but create it today. And so the Natural Foresight Framework can appear on the surface to be very easy and intuitive to use, which we love, but it grows with you. As you grow with foresight, as you grow in your knowledge of how to use futures thinking and how to be a good futures thinker, the Natural Foresight Framework can grow with you so that when you see the world through more complex lenses, and complexity being not our enemy, but a canvas from which we can paint greater opportunity on, then the Natural Foresight Framework was created to be that organic growth framework and approach to futures thinking, which would allow you to not just manage uncertainty, but actually leverage uncertainty for opportunity. And so you'll see in the contents here when you download the Natural Foresight Framework that it goes through the 4 different phases or facets of the framework that at first look like steps, and that's fine, that's how we first learn it. But then as we start to understand, it really follows the complex adaptive systems, complex processes, and complex potential states. And in doing so, allows us to leverage complexity for greater opportunity and potentiality and growth and new systems and models for the world to operate by, because the old ones, the linear ones, the reductive ones, and the recursive ones are broken, and it's time for us to move on. As a matter of fact, I think you hear sirens in the background right now, so that's your cue right now to go download the Guide to the Natural Foresight Framework for these great times of uncertainty and unpredictability. You can find it on our website at thefuturesschool.com. That's TheFuturesSchool.com. And you can search there and find where to download the Guide to the Natural Foresight Framework, I believe, under our certification section, because everybody that's trying to pursue Certified Foresight Professional certification, not a certificate, a real certification that we launched last year, can use this Guide to the Natural Foresight Framework to actually study for certification. There's eligibility requirements. This is a fantastic study guide. It's being used by organizations, Fortune 500, small businesses, nonprofits, NGOs around the world to leverage complexity so that they can not just manage, but actually harness uncertainty for greater opportunity and transformation. So I hope that you get a chance to go check out this 100-page guide to the Natural Foresight Framework. We're more than happy to give it to you for free. Go to thefutureschool.com, download it today, and I encourage you all to work together for greater transformational futures. We're going to make it through all this together, and on the other side, we'll see greater transformation using foresight and futures thinking for a better world.